Hello students, welcome back. In the previous video I taught you about factorial. Now I will tell you what is NCR. NCR. It means selection of R different things out of n different things. Let me explain you this through an example. Suppose there are 3 students in a class A, B, C, and you are asked to find the number of selection taking any 2 students at a time. So what are the selection possible taking 2 students? AB, BC, AC. These are the only 3 selection possible taking 2 students at a time. Now let us see how these 3 selections come using NCR. So total number of students here is 3. So you will be writing 3 and the number of students to be taken is 2. So you will be writing 2 here. Now how do you solve this? In the numerator you will be writing 2 decreasing number starting from 3. Multiply 2 decreasing numbers starting from 3. So the 2 decreasing number is 3 into 2. And in the denominator you will be writing the factorial of this number 2. 2 into 1. When you solve this, 2 get cancel out, you are left with 3, which is the required answer. So let me explain you this through one more example. Suppose there are 4 students A, B, C, D, and you are asked to find the number of selection, again taking 2 students at a time. So taking 2 students, what are the selections can be made? AB, BC, CD, AC, BD, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Is there any combination possible? AB, AC, AD. So when you check, you will be getting 6. So let us see this through NCR. Now the number of students here is 4 and we are required 2 students at a time. How do you solve this? In the numerator you will be writing 2 decreasing number starting from 4. Multiply 2 decreasing numbers starting from 4. And in the denominator you will be writing this factorial of 2. 2 into 1. So the answer comes out to be 6. Understand this? One more thing. Suppose there are 10 students in a class and you are asked to find the number of selection taking 7 students at a time. So how do you solve this? You will be writing 7 decreasing numbers starting from 10. Multiply 7 decreasing numbers starting from 10. The 7 decreasing number are 10 into 9 into 8 into 7 into 6 into 5 into 4. These are the 7 decreasing number starting from 10. And in the denominator you will be writing the factorial of this number 7. 7 into 6 into 5 into 4 into 3 into 2 into 1. 7 get cancel out, 6 6, 5 5, 4 4. In the numerator you are left with 10, 9, 8, and in the denominator 3, 2, 1. You solve this. 3 times 9, 2, 4 times 8. So the answer comes out to be 1, 120. Look at this. Selecting 7 students from 10 students is same as rejecting the 3 students. So how do you reject the 3 students? 10c 10 minus 7. Reject 3 students. So when you solve this, 10c 3, 10 into 8 into 10 into 9 into 8 divided by 3 into 2 into 1. When you solve this, 3 3s are 2 4s are. The answer is 120. So remember, 10c 7 is same as 10c 3. Whether you select 7 students at a time or you reject 3 students, the answer comes out to be same. So from here you can say that NCR is equals to NC n minus R. And when do you apply this NCR equals to NC n minus R? Remember, 10C7. Look at this, 10C7. When the suffix this is half more than the number written on top of C. When 7 is half more than the number written on top of C. So the half of 10 is 5. And here 7. 7 is greater than 5. So you can apply the formula 10C 10 minus 7. Let us now come to our chapter. Our chapter was binomial theorem. Binomial theorem. Write the definition. The formula which expand x plus y power n in powers of x and y is called binomial theorem. The formula says, if you expand x plus y power n, how do you expand this? First we'll write NC 0. I will tell you this as the first number and y is the second number. On the top of first number you will be writing difference of this n and this suffix. So difference of this is n minus 0 is n. And on the second number you will be writing the suffix. What is the suffix here? 0. So you will be writing here 0. Similarly proceed on NC1. On the first number you will be writing difference of these two numbers, n minus 1. And on the second number you will be writing the suffix 1. NC2. On the first number difference of those two, n minus 2, and on y you will be writing the suffix 2. So this goes on up to n. NCn. So when you write x power n minus n, you will be getting 0, and y power you will be writing this suffix. So this is what binomial theorem says. Using this binomial theorem, you can derive the formula x plus y square, which you already know, x plus y cube, you already know, but when I say you write x plus y power 4, you will be able to write x plus y power 5, x plus y power 6. It becomes difficult, right? So using the binomial theorem, you can write all these formulas. For example, let me give you the simple one, x plus y whole square. How do you solve this? N here is 2. 2c 0. On the first number you will be writing difference of these 2. 2 minus 0 is 2. And on the second number you will be writing this plus 2c 1. X power difference of this 2 1. 2 minus 1 is 1. Y power this suffix plus 2c 2. X power 2 minus 2 is 0, and y will take the power 2, this suffix. So when you solve this, 2c0 is 1. I will tell you how 2c0 is 1 later on. X square and y power 0 is 1 plus here 2. 2c1 means 2. We will check this later. 2c1 is 2, and x power 1 is x, y power 1 is y, plus 2c2 is 1, and x power 0 is 1, y power 2 is y. So this comes out to be x square plus 2xy plus y square, which is our required formula. Now let me come to some very important terms which you will be using in binomial theorem. Some of the important formula. First one is NCR. How do you write this? Factorial n divided by factorial n minus r into factorial r. The second one is NCR plus NCR minus 1. This one is n plus 1 CR. The third one is NCR equals to n by r. How do you write this? NCR. Just take n and r and divide it. And now when you write with C, decrease n by 1. N minus 1 C, decrease r by 1. In the similar way you can write n by r now. Write this n minus 1 and r minus 1 outside. And with C you can write decrease one number, n minus 1. So when you decrease 1, it comes out to be n minus 2, C r minus 2. Okay. Check this. Suppose you are given 15 C3 divided by 13 C1. How will you solve this? You will solve this. You will be writing 15 by 3 dot, again reduce 1, so it will become by 14 by 2, and with C you will be writing 13 C1 divided by 13 C1. You cancel this too, so the calculation is very easy, isn't it? 2 7 times, 3 5 times, the answer is 35. You need not calculate this 13c1 or whatever is in the denominator, it just get cancelled out. Now the fourth one is NCR by NCR minus 1. The formula is n minus r plus 1 divided by r. Fifth one is 1 2 3 formula. The fifth one is NCX equals to NCY. This is possible only when x equals to y or n equals to x plus y. Again, there is one more formula, 6 NC n. How do you write this? NCN, when these both numbers are same, there is only one selection possible. Suppose there are 10 students in a class and you are asked to make selection using 10 students, so there is only one selection possible, right? So NCN is always equal to 1. Similarly, seventh number, NC0. NC0 is, again, there are 10 students in a class and you are asked to make a selection taking no student, so there is only one selection possible, right? So you will be writing 1 7 8. When you write NC1, the answer comes out to be n. Number 9, NC0 NC1, answer comes out to be 1. NC n minus 1, answer comes out to be n. Both are same. Now let us prove this formula one by one. The formula, this is our standard formula which we will have to remember. Let us prove formula number 2. How it comes? Formula number 2 is NCR plus NCR minus 1 is equals to n plus 1 CR. Take the left hand side. Left hand side is NCR plus NCR minus 1. So how do you write NCR? Factorial n using formula 1 divided by factorial n minus r into factorial r plus factorial n divided by, using formula 1 we will be writing n minus r minus 1 factorial r minus 1. So you can take factorial n common, and in the bracket what is, remember, 1 divided by factorial n minus r. Factorial n minus r. And here, how do you write factorial r? You take out r and under the factorial you reduce by 1. I have taught you in the previous video. Plus 1 divided by, this is factorial n minus r plus 1, and the other one is factorial r minus 1. factorial n, you write this as same, no problem. Factorial n minus r times factorial r minus 1 plus 1 divided by, you take this number out of factorial, so it is n minus r plus 1, and in factorial you will be writing 1 less than this, which is n minus r, and the other one is r minus 1. So now take the LCM. Factorial n, what is the LCM? N minus r plus 1, n minus r into r minus 1. This is the LCM. So on the first term you will be getting n minus r plus 1 plus, here this gets cancelled out, you are left with r only. So when you solve this r gets cancelled out. Factorial n, and in the bracket you are left with n plus 1. Here you are left with n minus r plus 1 factorial n minus r and r into factorial r minus 1. Factorial n plus 1. How do you write these two? This is same as factorial 5 equals to 5 into factorial 4. When you are given factorial 5, you write this. When you are given this, you can write factorial 5. So you write this as factorial n minus r plus 1, and combining these two you get factorial r, because you can write factorial r as this, so you can write r into factorial r minus 1 as r. So your answer, your final answer comes out to be factorial n plus 1 times factorial n divided by n plus 1 minus r factorial r. Again, the number which is written on numerator, you can write it as factorial n plus 1, and in the denominator n plus 1 minus r factorial r, which is equals to n plus 1 c r. Using formula 1, you can write this as n plus 1 cr. So we prove this, which is equals to right hand side. Now let us prove the second formula. What was the second formula? Second formula I proved to you just now. Now we will be proving the third formula, NCR. How do you prove this? Let me take a new page. The third formula is NCR equals to n by r, n minus 1 c r minus 1. Take the left hand side, NCR. How do you write NCR? Using the second formula, factorial n divided by factorial n minus r factorial r. You need n by r on the right hand side, so break this factorial n. How do you break this factorial n? You will be writing n, and under the factorial you will be writing 1 less than this number divided by, you need r again. Just leave this as it is, factorial n minus r, leave this as it is. Now you write factorial r as r into r minus 1. combine n by r together. In the numerator you are left with n minus 1 divided by, write this as, how do you write this? N minus 1 minus r minus 1. When you solve this, you will be getting n minus r. So you can write factorial n minus r as n minus 1 minus r minus 1, and you are left with r minus 1. Equals to n by r. What is this? Factorial n divided by factorial n minus r and factorial r. Here in place of n you have n minus 1, and in place of r you have r minus 1, which is equals to right hand side. So the third formula is proved. Now let us prove what is the fifth formula. Fifth formula was ncx equals to ncy. Oh, we are left with the fourth formula also. Let me first prove you the fourth formula. The fourth formula is ncr by ncr minus 1 equals to n equals to n minus r plus 1 divided by r. Take left hand side equals to ncr by ncr minus 1. You write numerator as factorial n divided by factorial n minus r factorial r, and in the denominator factorial n divided by factorial n minus r plus 1 times factorial r minus 1. So this factorial n gets cancelled out. When you rearrange this, it will look like factorial n minus r plus 1 factorial r minus 1 divided by factorial n minus r factorial r. N minus r plus 1 is under factorial. So when you break that n minus r plus 1, how you can write? N minus r plus 1. It will come out, and under factorial it will be 1 less than this, which is n minus r. And you write r minus 1 divided by n minus r. Keep it as same, n minus r, and break factorial r as r into r minus 1. Now see, r minus 1 gets cancelled out. Factorial n minus r factorial n minus r gets cancelled out. In the numerator you are left with n minus r plus 1 divided by r, which is our right hand side, and is proved. Let us prove the fifth formula, which was fifth formula. It was ncx equals to ncy. Ncx equals to ncy. ncx. How do you write ncx? Factorial n divided by factorial n minus x factorial x equals to factorial n divided by factorial n minus y factorial y. These two gets cancelled out when you cross multiply. Factorial n minus y factorial y equals to factorial n minus x factorial x. When is this possible? When you putting y equals to x, you get left hand side equals to right hand side. So y equals to when you put y equals to x on the left hand side, you'll be getting n minus x. In place of y, you'll be writing x, which is equals to right hand side. So y equals to x is one of the solution. The other one is when you put n minus y equals to x. Let's see what happens when you put n minus y equals to x. Put n minus y equals to x. The left hand side is factorial n minus y, which is x, and factorial y. How can you write factorial y? From here you take the value of y. Y comes out to be n minus x. So this is written same as factorial n minus x factorial x, which is the right hand side. So the other solution will come when you put y equals to n minus x or n equals to x plus y. So both the formulas is proved.